This is Kelly Hill, Executive Editor of RCR Wireless News. I'm here at the SCTE Cable-Tec Show 2018 with Brian Scriber, Principal Architect at CableLabs. How are you, Brian?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. So you and I have been having a conversation here at the show about the 3 areas of focus that you have at CableLabs. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the area of IoT?
Sure. Do you want me to grab that? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Okay. I personally wear 3 hats. So I have a privacy hat, I have a blockchain hat, and I have an IoT security hat. For IoT security, myself and the rest of the team have a couple different areas of focus. One of those is, what do we do about devices that are in houses now that may not have the best security? And then what do we do in the future about new devices to try to kind of change that world? So for the devices that are in the home now, CableLabs is announcing at this show a product that we're working on with our members called Micronets. And Micronets is software-defined networking that sits in the home on CPE or customer premises devices that looks at traffic from IoT devices, tries to identify either malicious behavior to segment those devices or to group devices into areas where it's like, oh, these are healthcare devices. These are home electronics like computer, laptop, tablet, that kind of thing. And then maybe there's a home security, those type of small networks to try to look at traffic and make sure that if a device does get compromised, that it can't be used as a platform to attack other devices in the same home. So, and on the what are we doing with IoT security in the future? On that front, CableLabs is one of the leaders in the standard space. We're part of OCF, which is the Open Connectivity Foundation, and OCF has about 450 of the largest manufacturers in the world who are trying to get products that are interoperable with each other, but not just interoperable at a standards level, interoperable in a secure manner, and not just writing the specifications, also implementing reference architecture and the implementation for that specification and giving it away for free. So that's IoTivity, and then certifying the devices so that manufacturers, if they pass certification, can use the OCF logo to alert consumers that, hey, here's a device that is not only interoperable, but is also passed kind of that minimum security bar. So that's my IoT security hat.
Okay. Privacy and security was another area that you're working in. So tell us about that.
Okay. The privacy side, CableLabs has always had an interest in confidentiality of subscriber information. How do we look at that as it traverses our networks? We have GDPR in Europe that this year came to, I think May 25th this year, came into force. The AB 375 in California, so the privacy protections there, and we're seeing privacy in the regulatory environment. So it's time to start bringing a lot of those ideas and some of the work that we've been doing at CableLabs to bear, and making those tools available to to our members, and to make sure that subscribers in the cable ecosystem are protected as well.
And then the third area was blockchain.
Yeah.
Tell us about what blockchain means for the cable industry.
Okay, so blockchains are fun. So for folks that don't know it, it's not that we're looking at cryptocurrency and trying to figure out how to create a cable coin of some sort, right? This is looking at the blockchain technology, the underlying distributed ledger, and you can think of it as a log file that you write in pen, right? So there's no going back and changing anything in the past. And then how can that technology be used to help cable operations? How could it be used to help subscribers? And what either new business opportunities does it create? Or what are some of the security tools tools that we can bring with blockchain technology to our members. Some of this has to do when you start looking at, anything where there's potential for an attack and the logging and trying to track some of that information. If we can capture that and write it down in a way that an attacker can't go in and delete it, it's opportunities like that we're trying to find areas of growth. But we also, over the last 4 years, have spent a good amount of time on evaluating blockchain technologies, and there were a number of projects that we ran at CableLabs where we actually found actually blockchain isn't the best fit for this particular project, and trying to kind of build a tool set to understand where blockchains are really applicable, and many times they're not. You can do a lot of that with a database or with a distributed log. So that's where we're really spending our time. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it, Brian. So if there's one thing that you wish people would understand about blockchain, that those who aren't familiar with it, and are thinking about implementing it in their business, their network operations, or trying to figure out what blockchain might mean to them, what's something that you think they should understand about blockchain that they might not know just from sort of watching what's happening in cryptocurrency?
Okay, so blockchains, because of their very nature, they're going to be around for a long time. So the data that you put on the blockchain, you have to be very careful about what you put on the chain and the implications long term for that. And if you're budgeting for a blockchain project, this isn't hey, I'm going to come and ask for 3 months of budget. It's, I'm going to come and ask you for the year of budget, but a commitment to continue to fund this blockchain that's going to be up and operational many years into the future. And understand what's the end time for this blockchain. Does it ever terminate, or do we just keep going and keep spending money? And it's a very slow lookup process. So in computer science, we've got a bunch of different architectures and data models and data structures for how we store data. Mm-hmm. And blockchain is one of the least efficient, right? So it's a linked list and reverse linked list that we really, we have better ways of accessing information. So make sure that that's really the right tool to use.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thank
Kelly.
you.